Hello, St. Peter's. Welcome back for the next installment of The Case of the Library Monster. We are over halfway through with this book, and boy, my friends and I can't wait to find out what happens next. With all the excitement of last week, when we saw the student go down in the basement with a key that she probably wasn't supposed to have, and went into a room, and all Buddy heard was her saying, "Oh no, 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 no." We don't know why yet. That's an added mystery to finding the library monster that Buddy has been able to sniff around and smell in different parts of the school, including on that student. So we're going to find out today if he gets any of his answers yet. Would you like to join us? My friends are here, Ralph, Magic Monkey, and look who's playing in the shelves. We have Daisy and the Pig of Joy. Of course, her jar of joy is right there waiting for us to spread some joy at the end of our time today. Are you ready to hear the next two chapters in the case of the library monster? Excellent. So sit back, relax, take a load off. It's time for you to just listen and enjoy. Chapter 7 is called Locked In. "Let's go, Buddy," Mom says. "In the car." Oh, she pats the back seat. "But I am in the middle of a very important conversation." "Where are Maya and Alex now?" I ask Jazzy. "I don't know," she says. "I saw them go in that door over there." She tips her head toward the far door at the end of the school. "I don't think they ever came out." I have to find out what Maya and Alex are up to. I yank my leash out of Mom's grasp and run for that door. "Buddy!" Mom stomps her foot. "Come back here." Oh, I keep running. Along the way, I pick up Maya's scent. Her brother's scent, too. I can feel Mom chasing me across the playground. I know she isn't happy, but I have to follow Maya and Alex's trail. I follow it all the way to school. Unfortunately, the door is closed. I don't know why all buildings can't have a doggy door like I have at my house. I peer in through the glass. Mr. Poe is mopping the floor. "Let me in," I say, scratching at the slippery door. "Please, let me in." Mr. Poe comes over and pushes the door open with his hip. "Grab him," Mom yells to Mr. Poe. "Grab Buddy." Mr. Poe reaches for me, but I leap away before he can grab me. I charge across the wet floor, sniffing, sniffing, sniffing. Uh-oh, I think Mr. Poe has mopped away Maya and Alex's trail. No, wait. When I get up to a part of the floor where Mr. Poe hasn't mopped yet, I pick up the trail again. I follow it down the hall, around a corner, around another corner, down the stairs, all the way to that secret door. I sniff the door. I don't hear voices or anything moving around inside, but I'm pretty sure I smell those kids in there. "Buddy, sit," Mom yells as she hurries toward me. "Sit and stay." I sit. "Good boy," Mom says, grabbing my leash. So here is a picture of Buddy on the run. He ran right through where Mr. Poe was mopping. This must be important because he ran away from Mom, right? I pop back up and scratch at the door some more. "Please open this door," I say. "Maya and Alex are in there. We have to find out what they're doing." "What does Buddy want in the furnace room?" Mom asks. "This is the furnace room?" "I don't know," Mr. Poe says. "He must smell something. I wish we could get in there." He tries the door, but it's locked. "Without a key, there isn't much we can do," Mom says. "Come on, Buddy. Let's go home." I think I have yet another new case. On the way home, I think about the case of Maya, the missing key, and the furnace room. Here's what I know about my new case. Maya and Alex were in the furnace room. Mr. Poe and Mom don't know where the key to the furnace room is, and Maya had a key to the furnace room. Oh, I think Maya took the key. But why would she do that? There are more things that I don't know about this case than there are things that I do know. Here's what I don't know. Why was Maya in the furnace room? Why does she have a key to the furnace room? Why did she say, no, 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 when she was in there? Who are Felix, Freckles, and Fluffy? Where did Felix, Freckles, and Fluffy go? What do mice have to do with anything? And why did Maya and her brother run back into school? Oh, here's what I'm going to do to find out what I don't know. He doesn't know. He left 3 question marks. So we don't know what he's going to do. Maybe I should go back to the case of the library monster or the case of the Four Lakes Elementary School ghost. Oh, but I don't have a plan for figuring out how to solve either of those cases either. Oh, sometimes being a detective is hard. The next morning, when Mom, Connor, and I arrive at school, I spy Alex on the playground. He's playing basketball with some other boys. I don't see Maya. Connor has hold of my leash because Mom is getting something out of the trunk. It's a big box, but not a very deep box. It doesn't smell very interesting. Can I go play basketball with these boys? I ask Mom as she slams the trunk. I think Buddy wants to play on the playground, Mom. Is that okay? Connor asks. Did Connor understand me? That's fine, Mom says, as long as you bring him to the office when the bell rings. Connor and I join the basketball game. I stick close to Alex. He smells like dog and rabbit and bacon and eggs. He does not smell like a blue-tongued skink. If Maya has a blue-tongued skink for a pet, Alex must not spend much time with it. I follow Alex all around the basketball court. I sniff, I listen, I watch, but I don't learn anything that will help me solve any mysteries. The bell rings and all the kids run toward the school. Oh, Connor brings me to the office. I go on ahead of him and plop down on my pillow. I'm exhausted. Connor doesn't come in. Instead, he puts a gate across Mom's doorway. Hey, what are you doing? I charge toward the gate. Oh, it doesn't budge. I rest my chin on top of the gate and peer at Connor. Did you know you just locked Mom and me in her office? He doesn't like it. Connor looks a little sorry. See you later, buddy, he says with a wave. I gaze over at Ellie. She makes sad eyes at me. And then reaches into her treat jar and tosses me a beef treat. I catch it in my mouth. I love beef treats, but they don't make me feel any better about that gate. I'm sorry we had to put up a gate, buddy, Mom says, but we can't have you running around loose in the school. I only run around loose in the school when I have something important to do, I tell her. Oh, at least I'm only stuck behind that gate for 112 minutes. Then Mrs. Christie comes to get me. Oh boy, I say, hopping to my feet, time to read. I wonder if Maya will read to me today, or Alex. As Mrs. Christie and I turn a corner, I pick up a trail. I smell blue-tongued skink. He's still around, but where is he? I'm sniffing, sniffing, sniffing. Oh, darn, I lost the trail. This way, buddy. Mrs. Christie steers me into the library. I can't tell whether blue-tongued skink has been back to the library or not. And there's no time to explore because there's already a kid sitting on my pillow when I get there. He waves at me and Mrs. Christie. Hi, Noah, Mrs. Christie says as we settle in on the pillow. Noah smells like cereal and milk. I love cereal and milk. They're my favorite foods. Noah reads to me about things that go up and down. And then I play dead for him and he goes back to his class. The next kid reads about a boy named Henry, a dog named Mudge, and a very dirty cat. We know those books, right? Henry and Mudge? That's fun. Oh, the parts about the cat are boring, but I like Mudge. He reminds me of my friend Mouse. Another kid reads to me about snakes, and the kid after that reads to me about lizards. Just when I think I'm not going to see Maya today or ever again, She strolls into the library. I wag my tail. Hi, Maya, I say. Are you going to read to me? Hi, buddy, she says. She's smiling with her mouth, but not with her eyes. Look what I brought. Maya shows me that same book she brought last time, the one with a blue-tongued skink on the cover. I note that she doesn't smell very much like a blue-tongued skink today. She sits down on my pillow next to me and Mrs. Christie and starts to read. I have a hard time keeping my mind on Maya's book because Maya smells worried. Worried or scared? It's hard to tell. What's the matter, Maya? I ask. Why are you worried? Why are you scared? She keeps reading. Does it have something to do with the furnace room? I ask. Maya turns a page, rubs my back, and keeps on reading. Who are Felix, Freckles, and Fluffy? Did you ever find them? I ask. Maya doesn't answer my questions. When she finishes reading, Mrs. Warner says, You're the last reader this morning, Maya. Would you like to take Buddy back to the office? Okay, Maya says. Maya doesn't answer my questions when we're alone in the hall either. She just pets me and tells me what a good dog I am. Mom opens the gate and lets me into her office. Thanks, Maya, she says, closing the gate behind me. You're welcome, Maya replies. Then something very strange happens. Mom goes back to her desk, and Maya tiptoes over to that board with all the keys. She peers over her shoulder, hangs a key on the empty hook, and scurries toward the door. Is she putting the furnace room key back? I think so too. Chapter 8. What did Maya do? Ellie wanders into the office as Maya is trying to leave. The two nearly run into each other in the doorway. Excuse me, dear, Ellie says as she scoots around Maya. She stops in front of the gate. Have you called the locksmith about the furnace room lock yet? She asks Mom. Oh no, I forgot. I'll do that right now, Mom says. She reaches for the phone. You don't have to call anyone, I tell Mom. The key is back. Shh, buddy, Mom says, putting her finger to her mouth. I'm on the phone. I lie down on my pillow and listen as she makes plans for someone to come and open the furnace room door and put in a new lock next Thursday. I sigh. Nobody ever listens to a dog. 77 minutes later, Mr. Poe strolls into the office. He stops in front of the board with the keys. Hey, you found the key to the furnace room, he says. No, Mom says, but I called the locksmith. They'll be out next week. The key's right here, Mr. Poe says, taking it off the hook. Really? Mom stands up. Well, that's strange. Well, I'm glad it's back. Are you going to check the furnace today? I'll do it right now, Mr. Poe says. I go to the gate. Can I go with you? I ask, wagging my tail. I'd really like to see what's in that furnace room. Mr. Poe leaves without answering me. I guess that's a no. The good thing about the gate in Mom's office is I don't have to be on a leash when I'm in her office. And I don't have to stay on the pillow. I can sit by the window and see what's happening on the playground. I like to watch the birds and the squirrels and the kids at recess. Hey, Maya and Alex are outside. They're not playing. They're talking quietly over by that tree. I wonder what they're talking about. Oh, whatever it is, it looks serious. I think I'd like to go outside now. I let out a little wolf, but Mom doesn't look up. I woof again, louder this time. Then I turn a circle in front of Mom's desk. That gets her attention. Do you need to go outside, buddy? She asks. Yes, 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 I say. The light above us flickers. Mom squints up at it and sighs. I guess that light still isn't fixed, she says. Then she clips my leash to my collar, moves the gate, and hurries me outside. Connor is outside too. He's talking to some kids on the climbing toy across the playground. But he waves when he sees us. Connor, Mom calls, will you bring Buddy to the office when recess is over? Okay, he says. He slides down the slide and runs toward us. Mom unhooks my leash, and I am free. I give Connor a quick lick and then say, "Sorry, Connor, I can't play right now." I dash across the playground toward Maya and Alex, but Alex is backing away from Maya now. "What do you think I should do?" Maya cries. Alex shrugs. "I don't know," he says. "You should never have taken them in the first place." "Taken what?" "This is your problem, not mine," Alex says. Then he heads off to join a group of kids playing football. Maya plops down on the grass and leans back against a tree. She looks glum. I lie down beside her and rest my head on her knee. "What's the matter, Maya?" I ask. "Hi, buddy," Maya says. She pats my head. "I did something I shouldn't have done." "What?" I ask. "What did you do?" "Oh, first I stole a key from the office," Maya says. "Then I took it to the hardware store and made a copy of it. Then I can't even tell you what I did after that." She buries her face in her hands. The bell rings and Maya dries her eyes on her sleeve. "Buddy," Connor calls. "Where are you?" "Ah, there you are. Come here, boy." He pats his legs. "I'll see you later, buddy," Maya says as she drags herself to her feet. What could she possibly have done that would make her feel so bad? So here's Maya sitting under the tree, talking to Buddy. Now, she didn't know that Buddy was actually saying what's wrong, but it's nice to have a dog or a pet that you can kind of pet and tell your troubles to. That's what she was doing, because now she's worried about something. Mr. Poe lumbers into the office right behind Connor and me. "I hear you're still having some trouble with that light," Mr. Poe says. Connor leads me into Mom's office, then slides the gate across the doorway. I go lie on my pillow. Mom sighs. "Oh, yes, I don't know what the problem could be. The lights aren't flicking anywhere else in the school, and you've already replaced the bulb." "Well, could be a short in the wire, or..." Mr. Poe's eyes twinkle. "Maybe we have a ghost." Mom scowls. "There's no such thing as ghosts, Mr. Poe," she says. "Are you sure about that?" Mr. Poe asks. "Please just fix the light," Mom says. I've been worrying so much about that blue-tongued skink and about Maya's problems that I completely forgot about the ghost. Was a ghost making Mom's light flicker? After school, Connor goes over to Mouse's house again. I'm glad he and Michael are getting to be such good friends, and I'm glad he lets me come along to play with Mouse, even if they go in the house and don't play with us. "Have you caught the library monster yet?" Mouse asks me. "No," I say, "but I found out what it is. It's a blue-tongued skink, just like that cat said." "How do you know?" Mouse asks. "I saw a picture of it in a book that a kid read to me," I say, "but that's not the only thing going on at the school right now." I tell Mouse about Maya and Alex and about them going into the furnace room and what Jazzy overheard about mice and about Felix, Freckles, and Fluffy being gone and the fact that Maya did something she shouldn't have done. And I also tell him about the flickering light in Mom's office. I keep finding new mysteries to solve before I can solve all the old mysteries. I drop to my belly and rest my chin on my paws. "Maybe they aren't all new mysteries," Mouse says. "Maybe they're all part of the same mystery, and you just have to find out how those mysteries fit together." "I don't know," I say. "What does a blue-tongued skink have to do with a flickering light?" "Maybe nothing," Mouse says, "but maybe something." "And what does Maya sneaking into the furnace room have to do with the missing Felix, Freckles, and Fluffy?" I ask. "Maybe nothing," Mouse says, "but maybe something." "It would help if I knew who Felix, Freckles, and Fluffy were," I say. "Or what they were," Mouse puts in. "What could they be? Humans? Animals? Aliens from outer space?" Jazzy overheard Maya and Alex talking about baby mice. "Maybe Felix, Freckles, and Fluffy are mice," I say. "Maybe," Mouse says. "Bob the reptile guy was missing some mice. Did Maya take them? Is that what she meant when she said she did something she shouldn't have done? Did she steal the mice? Did she hide them in the furnace room? Then I remember something Maya read in that book. Something that makes my fur stand straight up. Blue-tongued skinks eat mice. And there's a blue-tongued skink in our school. Buddy is starting to figure things out. Are you starting to figure things out? Some things to think about before we finish the book next week. So next week will be the conclusion. That was chapter 7 and 8. Wow, that was a lot of things, right? But we do know for sure that Maya did something she wasn't supposed to do. Do you think she took those mice? Could be. We'll find out next week. All right, what do you say we spread some joy? What do you think, Joy? Are you ready to spread some joy? She's always ready. Let's shake it up. See what we got today. Okay. How are we going to spread our joy? Let's see what it says. Ooh, I love this one. Sometimes we forget. Call your grandparents. That's a little advice from my Aunt Mo. Thanks, Aunt Mo. Call your grandparents. Brighten their day. Don't you think at the end of your school day when you get home, your grandparents would love to hear about all the fun things that you did? Maybe something extra that you learned today? That would really spread some joy and fill their hearts with joy. Because sometimes we get so busy and we're running from one practice to the other, and we have a baseball game or we have soccer practice and we have to do our homework. Maybe for 5 minutes you could stop for a second and just call one of your grandparents. It'll make you feel really happy too, because they're going to be so excited to talk to you. That is how we're going to spread joy today. All right, boys and girls, we are almost done with our school year. We're almost done with the case of the library monster. I can't wait for the conclusion next week. So until then, my friends are going to hang out. We're going to be so excited to come back and finish that book next week. But until then, you know what to do. Keep spreading your joy.